What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Morrissey, and we're back with another tune from his 1988 album Viva Hate. And the next track is Break Up the Family. When I saw the title, I was torn as to whether it might be a more specific narrative about a particular family and what happens, the dynamics of that, or whether it might be a larger, maybe societal critique and perhaps, speaking to cultural and social forces that for whatever reason are breaking up the family. So I do wonder on what level it might play out, and of course it might not have anything to do with either of those thoughts. So let's find out. This is Morrissey, the track is Break Up the Family, and it's from the 1988 album Viva Hate. Apologies. That might help.
The strange logic in your clumsiest line, it's stayed emblazoned on my mind. You say, break up the family and let's begin to live our lives. I want to see all my friends tonight. It wasn't youth, it wasn't life, born of sadly wine. Resigned where we were to ending our lives. I'm so glad to grow older, to move away from those awful times. I want to see all my friends tonight. Yes, you found love, but you weren't at peace with your life. Homemade, full of hate, despise the ties that bind. I'm so glad to grow older, to move away from those younger years. I'm in love for the first time, and I don't feel bad. Let me see all my old friends. Let me put my arms around them. 'Cause I really do love them. Now does that sound mad? Captain of games, solid friend, I stood on the touchline. Hailstones driven home with a car, no brakes, I don't mind. I'm so glad to grow older, to move away from those darker years. I'm in love for the first time, and I don't feel bad. So wish me luck, my friends, goodbye. So wish me luck, pagans, goodbye.
I would think it's over, but there were Smiths tunes that seem to fade and then storm back to life, so I'm always on the lookout for that. Yeah, speaking of Smiths, the overall sonic atmosphere was in a Smithsy sort of territory, but it felt stripped down. It was more austere. The guitar wasn't as prominent. It wasn't as that lush sort of indie rock sound that I came to, at least for the first couple albums, see as, their real type of wheelhouse. Obviously, they began to explore more and incorporate some different genres or sounds as they went along. Nevertheless, it is, I think, the second tune in a row that gives me somewhat Smiths vibes, whereas there's another or a number of others previous to that on the album that felt, quite a bit of ways away from the sonics of the majority of the Smiths catalog. I love the way he has this rhythmic quality to his voice, and it's very fluid. It's, what's the right word? Like bendy seems like such a pedestrian way to say it, but he really slides between the words and he sort of glides around the edges in ways that other singers, it's a bit more like, line, 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 which that's not even to criticize other singers. Other singers have their own rhythms, but he really has this smooth, it's like his vocals are like a river. There's no like distinct like bunches of water. It just flows over the top. So I enjoy that. I enjoy the way this song seemed to feature a number of common expressions. Like there's a number of Pet Shop Boys tunes that the name of the track is a really familiar expression that people say in conversation all the time. It felt like there were a number of those types of phrases and expressions in this track. So I enjoyed the way, playing with the lexicon of pop culture in a tune. And then, like lyrically, it sounds different from what I was thinking, even if it is maybe specific and more general. If anything, it felt maybe more specific, but the idea that, families can be constricting, and, certainly when you're younger and you're growing up, parents kind of make rules for you and who you're allowed to hang out with, where you're allowed to go, what you're allowed to spend your time doing, how much money or, resources you have to do it. And so ultimately, you can feel constricted or, oppressed in the way that, when you're a teenager, it often feels like you're ready to do things that are more adult and more adventurous, but because your parents are your parents and, people worry, they often hold people back. And in some cases, it's, less straight away than that. They might have, attitudes about certain things where it's like, no, I'm not going to let you go to this type of concert or whatever. So it feels like it's basically saying, I want to make my own friends, I want to make my own choices, I want to be into the things that I want, and I want to pursue the type of life I want to live. So break up the family, let's all go our separate ways and do things that we want to do and not pretend like we have to stay here bunched together, repressing those ambitions or those feelings because somehow, this is the family unit and we have to be like this way. So if anything, it feels maybe reversed from what I was thinking in advance. So either way, I look forward to hearing what people have to say. Loving his solo material. There's a number of people who I'm not sure if they had been, just not commenting, but watching on the Smiths journey, or maybe found the Morrissey journey specifically. I wanted to give a shout because there's a few people who have commented that, it's worthy, or it's worth the while to go the full journey. So once again, shout out to them and to Seb, who's sharing the the solo Morrissey material. In any case, that verbal faux pas aside, I do look forward to the comments, look forward to the rest of the album, seeing how much, more there'll be a Smithsy sound, how much more it'll be in, new and perhaps genre expanding territories. So looking forward to it. Let me know what you think. I will see you next time. Peace.